Alright, guys, reacting to this quick short. RDC World, love their stuff, watch them all the time. Uh, their shorts are fucking hilarious. If you like anime and you haven't seen their shit, what the fuck are you doing? That being said, the whole video is about them on the hypothetical situation of being in the My Hero world. They attempt to present ridiculous, useless quirks. But in my opinion, if you think about it, these quirks can actually be overpowered. Two of them, and one of them could be all right depending on how that actual quirk works. So let's get into it. Here's the first one.
My quirk is called charge. I can charge any battery, even car battery.
Honestly, this first one is actually fucking ridiculous. Just like most quirks, you have to develop some type of battle ability. You got to get them reps in, you got to go lift. But if you can charge anything, that sets a pretty high standard of what you can do in a fight. Think about the number of accessories that aren't just fucking science fiction bullshit from the anime. Just think of the normal number of things that you could use infinitely if you could charge it, which is that would be only limited to the amount of times that you can use your charge ability, or how long, if there's like some kind of bar or some shit. You got stun guns, you've got fucking tasers, you've got cow prods, you've got what are those, rail guns? Like those are powered by electricity, so it's also limited to the amount of bullets you have there, but you know, a rail gun's pretty fucking powerful. If you add to it the ideas that you're capable of accomplishing in the fictional world of My Hero, then you can fucking have a mech that you are the power source and the pilot. You could have plasma guns. That sounds a little bit villainous, but that's also awesome. Whatever fucking accessory that the accessory guys can come up with, that you can continuously power over and over again, so it doesn't go to zero, and thus making whatever that accessory an exponentially more effective weapon or whatever it is. Your quirk is only limited by your imagination. Like, that sounds like some real anime shit, some real like, oh, sensei, what can I do? Only limited by your imagination. But seriously, the sky's the limit with this one. You can charge anything. I mean, think about the like comedic effect that you could have on that, when you can go like more sophomoric humor, like, oh, your battery operated friend, and some kind of like adult encounter there. All right, who's watching these videos? I don't know. All right, on to the next one.
And mine is time. I can see 0.3 to 0.5 seconds into the future.
Once again, this one is hella overpowered. If you develop your combat ability, 0.3 to 0.5 seconds is an eternity of extra knowledge. If you think about it, the average human reaction time is 250 milliseconds visually. Audio reaction time, 170 milliseconds. And for touch, 150 milliseconds. Now, that's just the average. You got gunslingers that can draw a pistol faster than 2.3 seconds and draw and shoot it and hit the target. So it's not out of like reasonable, like not even science fiction type writing scenario where you can get your reaction time significantly lower than 0.3, otherwise equal to 300 milliseconds, and get that way underneath there. That would make you untouchable. That would make you untouchable as an average person. 0.3 milliseconds. You get your reaction time down. You train. Like, if I had an extra 0.3 milliseconds to think every time I did anything while training, whether it's catch wrestling, MMA, stand-up striking, I'd be a lowercase g god. Okay? There would be no one that could touch me. If I knew 0.3 milliseconds that a bullet's going to hit me, no one could shoot me with a bullet, because I could react faster than 0.25 seconds to that. But all this guy would have to do is lower his reaction time. Unless he's like the slowest dude ever, this guy actually has an ungodly power. He could fucking win any physical matchup in any fight just by being able to have the reaction time. Obviously, that would also include, as I said, combat ability, being able to do acrobatic shit or fucking control your body weight, whatever. That would be ridiculous. And then match that up with whatever training he could do in a science fiction setting to elongate his 0.5 to 0.3 second time visual hop, because all he needs is a training arc or two, and now he's a fucking S plus hero, like no doubt. Like if he can react to anything, everybody's gonna want him on his team because he'll be 5.5 seconds ahead. And if you add to that some type of like now we're talking about synergizing powers, you know what I mean? That's a whole nother conversation. If there's another person that can do communication through the entire group and also be able to kind of like key into his powers by seeing in his head and able to contact people through some kind of like communication system, that could be even better. And like, once again, if we elongate that time, 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, an extra 5 seconds, think how about fucking ridiculously dramatic those scenes would be in My Hero. You know what I mean? If he's like 5 seconds ahead and he's like, my God, and then it's like, it just cuts to the next scene, you know what I mean? Because he's just looking out into the distance, thinking about what's gonna happen in 5 seconds, and it's the person that's doing the communication that's trying to tell everybody, like, oh, you have to take cover or whatever the fuck. Anyway, so that power totally overpowered too. Considering the My Hero world of elongating powers, all the accessories, and other people that have like time stop powers, it's fucking amazing.
My quirk is Bullseye. I can put a target on anything, no matter what it is.
Okay, this next one at face value is kind of lame, but it really depends on a lot of factors here that we never get to see. We don't see how it works. He throws a target on something, but what kind of target is it? Is it like a physical thing and it goes over their face? Like, where does it come from? Can they see it coming, or it's there? Is it like made of chalk? Is it made of some type of, like, what is it made of? Can you throw it over something's eye? Can it like catch something and grab it, kind of pin it down? Did I say, can it blind something? Can it blind someone? Or like, rather, if it's like, some type of chalk or whatever reagent or ingredient that is, whatever it's made of, or is it like a physical thing that covers the face? Can it cover their mouth and their nose? Like, can you suffocate a person with that? Now we're getting really crazy. How deep does the target go, and where does it come from? If it just appears out of nowhere over your mouth and nose and eyes, depending on how big it is, like, that is crippling in a fight. That's awesome. Like, you could do anything. Now, add in accessories, because we live in a world of My Hero where people can get accessories. If it's a genetic thing, if it's like, a lot of these fucking quirks are, genetically, it's genetically blah, 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 you know what I mean? Made of the blah, blah, blah's person's blah, blah, blah. So whatever, he secretes some type of oil that it forms in the air and it turns into a target. All right, whatever. Then you could program accessories to target those targets, and it will automatically shoot and trail and home in on those targets. Now, whatever you shoot is up to the imagination of the accessory builders. Hey, that's not my department. I'm just thinking about the ideas and how we can use these powers. How can we use these powers? All right, you make the accessories. That's my fucking job. I'm the idea guy. Okay, calm down. All right. But the thing is here that the power is only limited by the imagination of the wielder and the people around him. So, like, if they all get their heads together, I think they would figure this out. Those characters they're very earnest. They just need to think harder about their moves. But pretty sick moves. Yeah, powers, if you ask me, depending on how they all work, you know what I mean? But I just came up some right now that I'm like, why aren't they using their powers right? They're not using their powers right. Those powers are overpowered. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope this was fucking cool. Enjoy. And as I say, stay up, stay vigilant, stay locked and loaded, stay brutal. Shalom, shalom. Peace. In.